posted March 22, 2019, 20 hours 8 minutes and 58 seconds. A ferry overloaded with people celebrating the Kurdish New Year and Mother's Day has capsized in the Tigris River near the Iraqi city of Mosul, killing nearly 100 people, officials said. Key points. Authorities said the ferry sank near Mosul because of a technical problem. 9 workers operating the ferry have been detained and an arrest warrant is out for the owner of the island where it was headed. An investigation into the incident is underway as the death toll continues to rise. Many of those killed were women and children who had struggled to swim against the strong current, opposite restaurants and an amusement park where people had been celebrating minutes earlier. An Interior Ministry official said 94 people were killed in the accident on Thursday, which residents said was the worst in recent memory. The head of the Civil Defense Corps in Iraq's northern Nineveh province, Colonel Hussam Khalil, said the accident occurred as scores of people in the Ghabat tourist area were celebrating Nowruz, which marks the Kurdish New Year and the arrival of spring. The boat had been ferrying people to a small island nearby. A rescuer with the Mosul River Police, Abdul Razak Falat, said he pulled more than 20 bodies from the water, children, women, and young people. "What can I tell you? It was a difficult situation," he said. A man who identified himself as Abdul Jabbar el-Jabori appealed for the police to look for his wife and children. "My wife and 3 daughters are in the water," he screamed. Videos of the ferry disaster posted online showed people struggling against the strong current. Young men who had been lunching on the banks jumped into the water with their clothes on to try and save people. "I cannot describe the scene. It's a catastrophe." Usually tame Tigris River is running high this time of year, fed by snowmelt from mountains in Turkey. The river has swelled further too after a rainy season that brought more precipitation than in previous years. Colonel Khalil said the ferry sank because of a technical problem, and that there were not many boats in the area to rescue people. 9 workers operating the ferry have been detained and an arrest warrant is out for the owner of the tourist island where it was headed, local media reported. Saudi Aziz, a 23-year-old Kurd, was on another ferry crossing the river and said the stricken ferry was overloaded with around 150 people when it capsized. He said it was not long before he saw people drowning, their heads bobbing up and sliding away across the water like plastic bags. He said he jumped in the water and managed to save a 20-year-old girl. "I cannot describe the scene. It's a catastrophe," he said. Iraqi Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi has ordered an investigation and declared 3 days of national mourning during a visit to Mosul on Thursday, local media said. Mosul was devastated by the war against the Islamic State group, which occupied the city for 3 years. Iraqi forces drove the militants from the city in 2017 after a grueling campaign that left entire neighborhoods in ruins, and residents are still struggling to rebuild. AP topics: community and society, death, disasters and accidents, other, Iraq.